Welcome to Transformation with Laota Rasul and Ahad Rasul. In this program, you will activate the changes that need to be made in your life through the processes of cleaning, clearing, and reconnection with your own divinity. It's time to begin the process to heal yourself. Now, here are your hosts, Laota and Ahad Rasul.
Good morning, and welcome to Transformations with Laota Rasul. I'm Ahad Rasul, and Miss Laota Rasul, and Lakesh.
And Lakesh, greetings and salutations, everyone. So wonderful to be here and so happy to have you here with Voice America. And we are today with our quantum light clearing class in Chicago that has been sponsored by the Subtle Energy Institute. And so we're here and we have our class live, and we're going to be talking about our experience with quantum light healing, property healing.
Yes, ma'am. Now, to introduce everyone, all the listeners, to what quantum light clearing services and cleaning services is and what we do and what we offer, you mind speaking on that for a moment?
Yes, we are divinely designed to experience a level of joy and harmony in our experiences, but we have found that all of us have experienced something other than that in our third dimensional journeys, and many of us who live in urban areas and don't live in the forest or in cabins in the woods have noticed that there are energies in our spaces, in our places, and many times these aberrant energies are causing us harm, and they are generally come from our own thought patterns. So the things that we think and the things that we feel, the experiences we have, they imprint upon the entrainment fields in our spaces, in our places. And even after we leave, long after we're gone sometimes, when we've had an argument or we had a love affair that ended poorly and we moved out of the apartment and someone else moves in and lo and behold, they have a separation too, and it continues, and that lives in the space. The consciousness of the space itself holds the energy of these patterns. So quantum light property clearing is about dispersing and giving energy to some of these aberrant thoughts so that they may leave and the space can be cleared and free for all of us to enjoy.
Now, we do, like I mentioned before, we do property clearing services as in our business of DNA Replicate. So we offer to our clients the opportunity to have not only their soul cleared, which is a whole nother show. However, they also offer the opportunity to have your property cleared, your car cleared, and along with that, this new thing that we're doing, which is the first here in Chicago, Illinois, or in Illinois, Skokie to be exact, we have the opportunity to teach people how to keep their own place of living, their vehicles, and all these other areas of what they own, keep it cleared, because it's what's with them all the time. So we want to understand, why is it important to teach everyone this rather than just perform these services for people?
Property clearing is one of the most ancient practices in the world. And in ancient days, people would get married and they'd pour salt around their homes to protect them from any kind of negative. When babies were born, they would put salt on the babies to make sure that they could protect the babies. So these are very ancient practices that have been developed into a modern iteration that allows everyone at whatever level of energy experience they have to be able to come in and affect the consciousness of the space and the place they're in as it is their birthright. As the powerful humans that we are, we're able to affect the energy in our spaces. So this is being done because our schools, our children are dying. In our prisons, in our hospitals, in our homes for the aged, there are many energies that have been collected that happen as a result of the thought pattern of those who are having their experiences. And these things need to be cleared so that the next person who comes in is not imprinted or insidiously affected by the energy that was left behind. And almost everyone has sat in the chair of someone who lives in a house, who's lived there for a long time, and thought, ooh, I think I'll just move. I think I'll just move right out of this chair because of the way it feels. So this is not about having psychic gifts. This is about experiences we all have had. We can all feel when someone looks at us and get a feeling on the back of our necks, or we can all feel when we walk into a room and there's been an argument, or we walk into a room where people are loving and holding children and the energy feels different. We all know what it feels like to walk into a sacred space, a sacred site. So all of these kinds of energies are affecting us, and we're aware of it already. So this is a class that helps us free the energies that need to be freed from the space, and free the people who come into the space so that they can have a more pure experience in a more immaculate environment.
And is this class, the requirements to attend this class, besides the clearing and cleaning that we do for every student who comes, for each person, do you have to have a certain background and the spiritual or energetic field to be able to attend this class, or do you have to have some type of knowledge of gifts already, or is this for everyone to experience?
To come to this class, you would need to be human.
Okay, check.
And I think that's it.
Got it. Everybody got that? So, and the reason why I asked that is because we all experience these things, these examples that my lovely mother gave, as far as when in our homes or in our interactions in other people's homes and vehicles and offices, hospitals, we all experience this. And we all have a bed to go home to sleep in. So it's my responsibility to have my environment the way I want it to be. So it should be within my power to do so, to make it that way, not where I have to lean on someone else to do it or have to wait on someone else to do it. So now the whole goal of this show, the whole goal of our business is to empower everyone, to put the opportunity to live the life you want in your hands. And we're just here to give tips and help to do it. So I'd like
Before
to...
you go on,
Yes,
I want to just comment on that. The idea that we all are familiar with the idea of strengthening our bodies, eating right, exercise. It fills our media. It's in the air and the mass consciousness. It extends to our spaces. If we want to experience beauty and peace and sacredness in our bodies, we eat a certain way, we think a certain way, we have practices. The same thing applies to our places and our spaces, and for the spaces and places of our children, our grandchildren, our elderly, and for all of those who are living on this planet at this time. It's a very important and highly healing and beneficial practice to do this. The ones who we work with at DNA Replicate are those who are interested in being healers. And it is a very noble and very positive act to heal the spaces that people will experience their relationship with the universe in.
Yes. Well, to the more fun part of the experience, we like to introduce our students and Lakesh, everyone.
Lakesh.
All right. So looks like someone's coming up already, ready to speak.
Yeah.
Your name?
Ellie.
Miss Ellie is here, and can you I guess we'll just start with what made you interested in taking this class for yourself?
Well, I have people who come over to my house all the time and they never want to go home. But the space was always very, a very warm and accepting space. But there were some things going on in the space that were not quite so normal. For instance, we would be sitting in the kitchen and know that there were only two of us there in the house, but yet and still we would hear children running up above, up and down the hall. And so I would yell up, "Stop that noise!" And then it would get quiet. And I would have different classes at the house. And I would always have my students read the energy of the house. And so they would say, "Oh, there's some children that used to be here. The house used to be, a doctor used to be there. He would do healing and so forth." And, but one day I was coming down the stairs and I could feel myself being pushed down the stairs and I fell. And that's when I knew what I was doing wasn't strong enough. What I was doing was not strong enough, and I needed for Leota to clear the space, because that was a very nasty tumble. I have 21 steps from the top to the first floor. So this was not a very nice situation to be in. So it went from me yelling upstairs, telling the children to stop running, to me calling Leota and telling, "Get these kids out of my house."
Now, just so everyone knows, Ellie is a practitioner and a teacher of energy, and so she really understands this concept. And so she was really clear and had a lot of evidence of people saying that her house was haunted. And even though she was being real lighthearted about it, many people do. Many people have ghosts in their house and they hear them and they talk to them and they interact with them. However, the ghosts are not supposed to be in our houses. There is a place for them that they need to go, and we can help them get there and free them of the experience of having to run up and down the steps all day long. So they can go and grow and go on into their evolution and evolve into greater beings. They don't have to become retarded into the experience that they're having in your house. So you have to think about it that way. So we're really glad to have you in class, and you'll be going to our level 2 class shortly, which will be later in the week, and we're really excited to have you here. So this is Ellie Stewart from Chicago. You have something else you want to share with us?
Well, I just think this class is phenomenal. The work is phenomenal. This is a class where you can see evidence of what is occurring, what has occurred, and you can get the evidence. You have tangible evidence to what was before and what occurs after the clearing.
So you're clearing your own ghosts now.
Well, I don't have any. They line up on the outside of the house, and they have to wait to be invited in.
That's another show. That's another show.
But right, I don't have that running. Everybody is gone now. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ellie.
That was beautiful. All right. We got
I'm Carol.
Carol. Oh, Carol.
Sorry.
All right. So,
Look, Carol, where are you from?
I'm from Naperville, Illinois.
And what do you do?
I'm a retired teacher and librarian.
And what do you currently do?
I'm a yoga instructor. I have a small bio-coffee business. I am an essential oil practitioner.
Akashic record reader.
Akashic record reader. A little bit of everything.
We're really happy to have you here. And would you tell us a little bit about, I'm not sure what question you were going to ask Sahad, but...
Well, how have you enjoyed the class so far? We can start with that.
The class has been phenomenal. I am a person who is, being a former teacher and librarian, very linear. So I never trust anything. I have to keep going at things from different ways to make sure it's really what I think it is. And, so for me, working with energies is a wonderful challenge. I am a 3-time cancer survivor, and each time it has been borderline for stage 4 cancer. So I have worked over the period of years that I've been working with that particular situation. I'm very hard-headed, and so Spirit has tried various ways to get my attention, and finally what it did is it just slapped me up the side of my head and said, okay, you will pay attention to this, because your life is on the line. And what I have finally learned from this last particular bout with cancer is that my cancer was emotionally induced, which is energy induced. And so I have learned to clear. I have been learning to clear out my cells, and my cancer is gone one more time. Hopefully good. But it has always been my goal to do something with my retirement that helps others. And so it's hard to just go to somebody who is not comfortable with the idea of spirit moving or energies moving or that kind of thing. And with this class, what I have found is a way to get people to a level by clearing out their environments and helping them to move forward. I will tell you a story. In my efforts to help people, my husband and I met a young man who was 28 years old, and he was a really wonderful young man. We connected with him immediately, found out he was living out of his car, and we had a really horrible winter last winter. And I kept saying to him, we have a spare bedroom. Our son is out of the house. Come live with us. And he kept saying, no, I can do this by myself. And he came down with pneumonia in the end, right after Thanksgiving last year. And he texted me and he said, can I come to your house for a while and stay? Because I'm really sick. And I said, absolutely. So he came. Well, he never left. We got him healed, and we were working with him, and we had a really wonderful relationship until about 2 months ago.
Okay, it looks like we have to stop. Hold
Okay.
the story right there and take a commercial break.
Okay.
So it went by so fast. So in just a moment, we'll be back. And we're back with Carol. Go ahead.
So he was, our young man was doing very, very well until about 2 months ago. And there was a shift in the house, and it wasn't anything you could put your finger on, but it didn't feel right. And I think he felt it as well. He was trying to stay out of our way a little bit more, but it just wasn't right. And it was so not right that I broke out in hives. So finally, I asked Ellie if I was talking to her about it, and she said, why don't I clear the house? So she did, and the toxicity in our house was very, very high. And it was due to the young man, but not from something he was consciously doing. It was what he had attached to him from his background, which was not good. And so it was time for him so she did some clearings on him, but it was time for him to make a move, and he was stuck. It's like being in quicksand. He couldn't do it. The clearing of the house allowed him to move forward. It gave him the impetus to move forward. And so he is now, as we speak, on his way to California to a new job, and to a new life.
Fantastic.
So when I saw the power of that, I thought in my retirement, what I wanted to do was to do something to pay it forward and to help others. And so this was the answer to that. So Spirit has done a lot of things for me. It has moved me forward emotionally and spiritually, and it has given me opportunities, and for that I am so blessed.
Fantastic. So that's why you've come to class.
That's why I came to class.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carol. We have Keisha coming up. Hey, Keisha.
Keisha, in the beginning, will you tell us where you're from and a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm actually from Chicago, Illinois, and I have a background in working in the banking industry. I also taken several classes under Miss Ellie Stewart, and I can definitely see the value in what's being presented. And as I look around, I can just see so many people that are affected profoundly. And I don't know, I'm so emotional when it comes to this because I have such a passion that goes deep inside. And you see people that don't understand what's going on with them. And this work can make a big difference for them. I just see it changing their lives, and they're not even aware that they're needing it. So I like that this class actually gives them an opportunity so we can meet them wherever they are consciously and show them what this class can do for them.
You know, this is great because the name of this program is Transformations. And so you really kind of touched on the reason the work that we do is to help us all transform to a place that's more in accord with what we were designed to do. And we were designed to live in a peaceful, beautiful environment. And so I'm glad that you came in. Did you have anything else you want to share?
Just to say that I am enthused about being here. I've always had a desire to help. I didn't exactly know what that area would be, but I think I found my home.
Wow.
Thank you.
And our next person is Brooke. Welcome, Brooke.
In Lakesh, everyone.
Brooke, will you tell us where you're from?
I am from Chicago, Illinois.
And what do you do?
Well, my background is in graphic design and art.
And
So,
why did you come to class?
well, for a long time, I've known that I'm a spiritual person, and I've known that there's a part of me for a long time, I've known that there's a part of me that has always been interested in helping others and, as a result, healing people. I really didn't know how to expand my gifts with that. And I didn't really know what my gifts were, but then I learned about Leota's DNA activation, and I thought, oh, this sounds really cool, because I felt like it was finally the key to me understanding how to unlock my gifts and to use and how to work with that energy and the spirit that I have within inside me. And it was such perfect timing because it also was the beginning of my transformation. I was in a marriage that didn't work for me. It had taken away a lot of my, I had let it take away my personal power. And this whole experience with working with Leota, taking class with Ellie, the Akashic Records, and they have been so great, and has filled me with joy and courage to find my true path in life. And the classes are very inspiring. It's the people that I work with, it has helped me to heal myself and continue my journey of learning to love myself and others. I've learned so much about humanity, and I'm falling in love with humanity. And this property clearing class, woohoo! Yes.
That's beautiful right there.
I know.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, this property clearing class really is a way on a global scale to help humanity. It's really cool. So,
It
yeah.
looks like you can really see yourself in this.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really cool. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
All right.
And we have another person coming here to talk to us, and she is from another country. Will you tell us a little bit about yourself? This is Paula.
In Lakesh, everyone. Yes, my name is Paula, and I come from Belize in Latin America. I live in Chicago, but coming from Belize and being born in Belize I come from a different framework. So when I found out about this class, I leaped at the chance and the opportunity to take this class. I've always known, or at least intuited, that there were energies, there were negative and positive energy. I've always felt that. But I had no idea that there was a process. There exists a process where you can not only identify that energy and those energies and the sources, but you can actually have the tools to engage it, to clear it, to create, for me, my personal environment and the environments of the people that I care about, to create a more healthy and balanced environment. I've always felt like there was something more going on in our environment and in our world, and I always felt like it had something to do with things that we couldn't see but we could feel. Leota, I have to tell you that I'm just so overwhelmed with the opportunity to get the tools to change, to shift this energy that's all over our planet. And for me personally, it starts with my personal space. And ultimately, it'll be for my family, my friends, and the people that I really care about, and even the community. I do community work, and I'm closely involved with the dysfunction that's being triggered by all this negative energy that's flowing around. There's not a school anywhere for this, or at least there hasn't been. When we grew up, no one told us that there was so much more to our human existence than just the things that we can touch and see and feel. There's nowhere that I'm aware of, and correct me if I'm wrong, where there is an actual program to empower humanity to take control of our environment. So I'm so appreciative.
We're so happy to have you here. I want to ask you just one more question before you get up to go, and that's, how do you know that you are doing this work? I mean, have you got clarity that you're already clearing properties? We've been in the class for 3 days, and I know this is what the people who are listening want to know. How do you know?
Let me give you a perfect example. In fact, the first day of classes, I cleared the property. I live in an apartment building, and I cleared the property, the apartment building itself. We had some people on the first floor that were always fighting. There was always some chaos. The police was always being called. And I've noticed, it was so crazy to me, because I've noticed the past couple of days it's been so quiet. I haven't been there all day, but usually it's at night when the chaos really breaks out. It was so quiet. I started peeping out the window like, did I come to the wrong address? So I'm clear. You know, because we can tell when something is negative, and we can tell when that energy shifts, even if we can't identify it. So I'm clear that this absolutely works. This is a magnificent tool.
Well, thank you so much. We so appreciate it. I also want to just point out that you come from a place where there's more nature and less concrete. And so I know you feel quite a bit, and I encourage everyone to trust your own experiences. And this has a lot to do with that, but we also have the evidence of the world to back us up.
Absolutely.
Thank
I
you,
agree.
Paula.
Thank you for having me.
I think one great thing about what Paula was just speaking about is how in this world we're so accustomed to exchanging exchange money for physical good, that we lose a lot of value for the things that mean something. We collect a lot of physical things, a lot of things that cause us to be attached to physical things. I mean, the whole world, society, everything around us is geared towards that. And like Paula was saying, there's not establishments that are inspiring children going on up to adults to be in tune with themselves in a different way, to explore what they can do outside of physically, to explore what makes each person unique, and to learn how to truly be what they want to be and not be one of these options that someone else is putting in front of them. And I think that's the thing that, to me, it touches so deep that we can really make this a consistent thing in everyone's life. However, it's got to start somewhere. So these small groups of quantum light clearing class students and with the Institute of Subtle Energy, these small groups of people who are being the first to do this, it's like we're blessed to be a part of this. I'm so happy to be in front of you guys right now.
We have another trailblazer with us. This is Mihari. Mihari, will you tell us where you're from?
Yeah, hi, my name is Mihari, and I live in Skokie, and I'm from Pakistan. It's something new for me. And then I don't know.
Well, are you enjoying the class? How do you like the class?
I love the class. I mean, I love coming here. Once I'm in, I don't want to leave the class, but I have to.
Are you finding that what takes place in class is compatible with what you would like to learn?
Yes. I mean, it's something new for me. I'm trying my best. And I wanted to help other people, especially the women in our culture.
Yes.
They're suffering.
Yes.
So I just wanted to help them.
And do you think that this will allow you to assist others in a way that you can help heal them?
Yes.
And you can see that you have power in this?
Kind of, yes. Yes. Yes.
So that this will give you the necessary tools to be able to help heal other situations that others are having.
Yes, definitely.
I don't know for sure, but I would guess that people come to you to tell you the things that go on in their lives, and your heart wants to help them.
Yes, and I always wanted to help people.
So I think that may be why you're here.
Yeah.
We are so happy to have you here in the room with us. We're having the same experience. We don't want you to leave either.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Miss Ellie and Miss Leora.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, this time we're going to take another break. This show is going by faster than I could have imagined. So we're going to take another break, and on the other side, we'll speak with a few more students, and then we'll wrap it up.
This is a TV show. He thought he was live on the camera in a minute.
Radio call.
45 seconds, we'll be ready.
Get that shot was working. That's
The Voice America 7th Wave Channel. Seek greater awareness.
You are listening to Transformation with Laota Rasul and Ahad Rasul. We'd love to hear from you on today's show. Call into 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to laotaofthesun@gmail.com. Now, back to our show.
We're back with Paul. Hey, Paul.
How you doing? First, I would like to give thanks to the committee and to the group. I have learned a lot. In Kush, to everyone else out there.
And you are from where, Paul?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, Paul, have you had fun in this class? What's going on? You seem to be the life of the party, to be honest with you. However, have you enjoyed yourself here?
Well, yes, I have. Enjoying myself to the most high. I would like to say that the energy work have been a lot that I can express my way into a way of being happy all the time, into an emotion that I can grasp and I can be myself and I can let loose without being uptight and without being mad at anyone, and to open up to the people that's around me.
Yes, sir. Now, if you were going to share with the listeners who have not experienced this and might not know what to expect, from your perspective, let's say you're talking to a young person, what would you tell them as far as how this can be beneficial to their life and why this should have some value to them?
First, I would like to say, I love you, I thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And I would like to say that when you talk to the divine universe in a positive way, things happen for you in a positive way that you want. And that you can, it's more than one way to skin a cat than being violent and evil and upset and have to use negative words. Being positive is another way of soothing out the individual or whatever situation you're in, that you can take it in another way. Instead of have fire, you can cool it down with water.
Excellent.
That was deep. Philosopher. All right. Anything else you want to share before we go? On to the next one.
Well, I would like to say one thing, that if you experience this class, I recommend everyone to experience this class. It will motivate you on the inside to out. People will look at you in a different way, and then you will motivate the room into bringing light. And you can bring that light wherever you go, and people will recognize it, from kids to animals to the trees to Mother Nature and to the universe. Once you express that within, it'll come out. And once you take care of yourself with, your diet, your exercise, and being motivated to being who you are, because cleanliness is closer to godliness. And that I recommend everybody to.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, bro. All right. Anyone else? We don't have much time.
Well, we're very happy to have you here. This is Delilah. And Delilah, where are you from?
Chicago.
You're from Chicago. And what kind of work do you do?
I'm in healthcare.
Ah, excellent. So this is the perfect place for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Will you tell us a little bit about your experience with class?
I find it empowering for myself, empowering for the people that are around me, like my family, as well as empowering for the people that I interact. It's empowering because then it allows me to control my environment and the environment around, so that I can have a peaceful interaction with everyone. I've noticed that there has been, a little chaos sometimes at work and in the home.
From time to time.
And this stuff really works. Actually, it was recommended by Ellie. Ellie is, I was fortunate enough to have met Ellie and have Ellie, introduce this class and to meet you and everyone here, and I feel blessed. I'm happy because I knew that there was something that I needed to do and something that I need to bring forth to society.
So this is the idea, and all of the work that we do is to give healers an opportunity to work in areas that you may or may not have thought of. I'm sure no one was thinking when they were a little child, I want to grow up and be a property clearer. But now that you're in the class and you're having the experience, are you finding that it's complicated or difficult or?
Oh, no, it's not at all. And, maybe it's because I have this passion for it. Maybe it was meant for me. I just feel like it was meant for me to be here.
Absolutely.
So I'm actually comfortable in doing this. I feel happy. I'm relaxed.
And you're already clearing properties. This is the third day of class, and you've already been able to successfully clear a property?
Yes. Yes, I think. Yeah, yes, I have.
And so now that you know that you have this skill set, are you having thoughts about what you'll be able to do with it in the future?
I have plenty of thoughts of what
Share one of
Got
them
a
with us.
master plan. Can't unveil to us.
I guess in my place of work, I work in a hospital, there. But I also volunteer.
Yes. So you can see that there are opportunities to work with the contrast that exists in our environment.
Exactly. And, I see this, and this would allow me to firsthand see, that the work that I'm going to do to help clear these areas, whether they are beneficial, which I know they are, they're going to be.
Yes.
Wow.
one of the things that often happens when we tell people we're going to clear properties, they think we're going to light sage. We're going to teach you how to strike a match and light sage and smoke a room. That's not what we're doing here. We're doing something else. We're working with the energies of the universe that are directing us to how to intelligently clear space. Would you agree?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It'll help with how someone not only feel, but their health. It's basically treating not only the body, but the mind and the soul. And I think that plays a large factor in the overall well-being in an individual.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. Did you have anything further you'd like to share? We really appreciate that you all are sharing your intimate and authentic thoughts about your experience. So thank you so much. And did you have anything else?
I'm just happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. Thank you so much.
I think we have another person who would like to join us. And this is Sue. And Sue is here from, where are you from, Sue?
Hi, I'm from the northern suburbs of Chicago, and I am just so grateful to be here. I came here because I have this most beautiful friend, Judy, who we met after she has taken this training, and she was this incredible ball of light and was so excited and spoke about her committee and what she did, and I wanted it. And she wouldn't give me any clue. She told me I had to take the training. So when it came to Chicago, it's like this is just something that the universe is bringing me towards to do. Also, just a little bit of history before I came here. I was actually looking for a new place to live. I loved my place when I moved in, but there was just something there that I had to move and go elsewhere. So I did this wonderful cleaning on my house yesterday, and as a result, there's a whole new love relationship between myself and this wonderful home and the environment and the trees and just everything around it. It was wonderful. So thank you so much. And thank you.
So now you're going to stay in your home and have this romance again.
Yes, we started last night. Yes, it's very good. I am retired. The last position I had was very draining, physical, mental, spiritual draining, and I am, for the first time, just really paying attention to my own healing, and this is just a big jump start for me to do.
We appreciate that.
It's exciting hearing from all these different people and what brought them to where we're at right now. It gives me goosebumps, to be honest with you, about the experience and how everybody comes together. And now we're all connected in this way. That's just beautiful. Come on up.
And this is Asiya, who many of our listening audience are familiar with. Asiya is a star of YouTube Video Central. Asiya is also my co-host for more than a year, almost 2 years on Blog Talk Radio, and she is in this class today and has something to share with us.
Yes, and Lakesh, Happy New Day, everyone. My name is Asiya. I'm from Chicago, and I have really enjoyed the energy of this class. I participated in the first class in Florida in October, and I really love the fact that I got to experience two different types of energies from both groups, and this group is the perfect group for where I have evolved from since a few months ago in the first class. And I was working with one of our tools from this class, which are the quantum light clearing cards. And one of the cards that I kept pulling was gentleness. And this class is so gentle. and I need it because I'm always on fire. And I just love the calming energy of this group, and it's really grounded me. I've been able to take in more of the information and still do my job as a photographer and videographer. And I experienced being able to clear properties more consciously and without so much pressure, feeling so much pressure and feeling like I'm not doing something right. It's just been so smooth for me. And yeah, I really needed this. I really needed this group energy, and I love it. I love it so much. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Now, before you go, Tia, you are very unique because you attract people to you, maybe not on purpose, maybe intentionally. I'm not sure. However, the result is the same. The result is that a lot of people gravitate to you as a person. A lot of people take heed to what you say. And a lot of times it's because of that fire that you are and that realness that you bring to your experience and how willing you are to be expressive about the things that you experience. So for those, like I asked Paul earlier, for those who have never experienced anything like this, and someone who interacts in their everyday life and does not even interact in this field of work, what's something that you would say is something for them to understand that makes this something real, that should be something real in their lives?
Free your mind to shine. But yes, but more than that, there is so much going on in our world and beyond this world that people are just not aware of. And the reason that I step out there and just tell it like it is and share my experience is because I know that there's other people out there who need to hear it. It's a lot of people that experience things and they feel alone. They feel isolated and alienated and that no one understands them. And those are the type of people that are attracted to me. And I just love to be that support system for those types of people so that they can know that you're not the only one. We're in groups. That's what this is all about. We're sticks in a bundle, and that's what we have to understand, that you're never alone. You're never by yourself. Even when you're by yourself, you're not by yourself. And there's nothing that you can ever experience that's really crazy, because anything that you can think is possible. Anything that that you experience is real, because it's your reality and nobody can take that from you. So I just want to encourage everyone to not be afraid and to step forward. Whoever you gravitate towards that you feel can help you and be of assistance, don't be afraid to do it. And don't be scared of the judgment. This is your life, and make the best of it. You have the right to. So I just,
That's
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to share that this idea of property clearing arises out of meaning. To bring clarity, we are justified. We are in our right places. We are in our right position as human beings, as earthlings, to clean our earth. All things that have higher consciousness are cleaning themselves, and so should we be. So this arises out of meaning and purpose and direction, and we are justified. All of us, all of those of you who are listening, who will eventually know. So,
well, just like that, we're at the end of our show. And we'd like to thank everyone again. We'd like to thank all the students here. Thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. This has been exciting, and our plan is to continue offering this information until it's a regular thing. We don't mind being the only ones for now because it's needed, and we feel as though it's our right. It's our right to express and to help. It's not something we should feel like, we have to hold ourselves back. If we have something to say, we should feel free to say it. If we have something to teach, we should also do so. So we want to encourage everyone to visit our website, www.dnareplicate.com, to find out a lot more information on quantum-like property clearing services and classes. And I'd like to say thank you, everyone, and Lakesh.
And thank you again to the Subtle Energy Institute in Chicago for inviting us here. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into Transformation. Please join Laota Rasul and Ahad Rasul for another edition of the program next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America 7th Wave channel. Have a positive, life-changing week.